guys, welcome back. Today we were working on kind of something we dropped for a bit, and that is this old western town. Sorry that I sound like a Victorian child who's just come out of the mine, but apparently I got sick on the trip and I put this off as long as I can, but this video is supposed to be posted and live tomorrow, so we're just gonna get through it. That's what I sound like today. So yeah, I saw this image. It was actually a miniature, not quite a dollhouse, but like it was miniature scale of just like a hotel basically, and I was like, that's really cute. I'm trying to fill out this old western town because while I was able to kind of save some of it, a lot of the buildings that I did and recorded are now gone. So this is like a backup. So yeah, I gotta fill it all out again. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start playing though the homestead portion, which is only 5 families, because I didn't touch that neighborhood because the point was they were going to build their own property. So yeah, I also need to reinstall. It's like a fence, but it looks like it goes on the top of buildings because this is not the right fence, but I realized I didn't have it installed. That's fine. I will say I had so much fun on my trip. Like, that resort was so beautiful, and it was in the middle of nowhere, and then we got to go to Puerto Vallarta one of the days, because the resort's kind of like it's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, and it's also very, you stay in the walls kind of thing. Like, you're not, they go on some select trips, but yeah, it's pretty contained. But there was these beautiful art galleries, like art gallery after art gallery after art gallery, and I was really inspired by a couple of different pieces that I saw that I'm gonna try to see if I can't figure it out for myself, because I talked to the owner of one of the galleries in particular, and he was telling me how the artist painted on both sides of the canvas, which gave it a really interesting depth, and I never thought of doing that before. And I always, when I do paint, I prep the canvas, you know, on the one side. And I was like, well, wait a minute. You'd have to do it on an unprepped canvas in order to get, like, whatever you're using to go through. I use acrylic, but, like, yeah, I'm intrigued, and I kind of want to try it. I also kind of have a side hustle now. I resent it, but, like, only because of the connotations of a side hustle. I'm actually really enjoying it so far. Yesterday was my first day, and yeah, basically I'm helping out, like, I don't even really know how to explain what I'm doing. Basically, when people are doing video shoots and photo shoots, I am there to make sure little details are not lost, like if somebody's pants leg gets stuck on their boot, if their necklace turns around, if their hair is doing something weird, that, especially people who dye their hair, I'm well aware of this as somebody who dyes their hair, you get a lot of breakage, and so sometimes in certain lighting, it'll pick up like these little loose stray hairs, and you just need to smooth them down. So I'm just basically there kind of to catch the details and to stage direct a little bit. Like, I found myself helping with like posing for photographs and stuff for people who don't really know what to do and are maybe just unaware, because there wasn't a lot of direction. So yeah, and I had a lot of fun, and so I'm going to be doing that going forward a couple days a week. I need to get a website up and everything, but yeah, I'm going to be doing that. Look at me doing my little businessy things. I also want to start selling basically just dungeon decorations, so stuff for game rooms, because I had so much fun putting together my game room, and like, everyone who's seen it is like, oh god, I wish I could do this. And I'm like, well, it's not that hard, but like, finding the right sort of decoration is sometimes hard, or having a theme or whatever. So I also would like to sell, because like I bought a bunch of old books and I repurposed them to look like books from various games, which was, again, a fun activity for me. So just selling the stuff that I make that I don't actually want to keep in my personal game room should be good, because there's been some things, like I've made changes, obviously, to my original design, and there's things that no longer work but are like cool, and yeah. I I feel horrible, and I don't know if anybody else is like that. Like, but I have chronic pain, I have lots of other health issues, but for whatever reason, I can handle all that just fine. If I get the flu or a cold like I have right now, I am the biggest baby on the planet. Like, I hate it so much because there's nothing you can do. You can't go to the doctor and get just a fix, or like, you literally just, this is your life for a couple days, and I hate it so much. I'm such a baby about being sick. And it surprises people because they're like, aren't you in pain all the time? And I'm like, yes. But like, I'm in pain all the time, so that's my regular. So like, I don't care. It doesn't impact me as much. I'm not sick all the time. I actually rarely get sick. I joke that I have the immune system of a sickly Victorian child. But really, like, I don't get colds. I don't really get the flu. It's just every now and then I'll get sick, which I feel like is average. And I don't know if that's because I'm very cautious and mindful of sanitizing my hands and keeping appropriate distance from people just in my regular everyday life. I would mask, but honestly, I live in a city where that is very unacceptable and is considered a political statement, and I don't like having things thrown at me. And yes, that is the state of the world in America right now. Like, people will literally throw things at you. There are laws in some cities, not where I live, but in some cities there's literally laws against it. And I'm like, you know what? Do you know a few people got the cold during COVID-y times? Not just because of, like, being stuck at home, but like even afterwards, there were significant decreases because people were masking. They were just covering their faces. And what is a common courtesy in every other country is just like been made a thing here. And it's stupid. It's stupid. It's more stupid than being sick. And again, I hate being sick, and I think it's the dumbest thing in the world. I'm trying not to sniffle, and I'm trying to sound human, but like, oh, I sounded so bad this morning. And my poor partner, Shay, he's just like, can I get you anything? I'm like, no. He was supposed to come home for lunch, and I'm like, you're probably not going to want to do that. You certainly can, but I don't think I'm going to be very pleasant for the next day or two. And like, again, when I don't feel good, like, I'm at least aware, I'm self-aware. I'm like, okay, I'm being kind of nasty. I'm just gonna go over here and not talk to people and just contain the behavior. That's the best I could do. Because I can't not be that way, because I don't feel good. I don't know. That's all I can think about is just, I don't feel good. I did get a laugh, though, because I see my psychiatrist, usually once a month, just to check on meds. And I had gone to my PCP before, and he was like, well, you should ask your psychiatrist about your chronic pain. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I have a documented chronic pain issue. It has gotten significantly worse in the past few months, and now I have a little weird foot numbness going on. Like, I thought that I would go to my PCP and say, hey, what's up? And yeah, he's all, talk to your psychiatrist. And so I told my psychiatrist, and he laughed, and he's like, Jesus. He's like, are you looking for a new doctor? I'm like, I would love to. Unfortunately, I live in an area where there are every specialist you can think of, especially cosmetic specialists. But like regular PCPs are so hard to find and so hard to get into that, like, I just deal with it. I'm just dealing with it. I'm like, whatever. I don't have to see him that much, so like, and there's some things that I don't need a referral for anymore, so I'm just like, I'm just gonna bypass you, buddy. Yeah, he told me to get a new pillow when I expressed that I was having sinus issues, even though I have a history of sinus issues to the point of having surgery. Anyway, we're basically done with this house. I'm gonna stop complaining. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really does help, and I'll see you in the next one.